The truth is, I really don't have any plans for letting you leave me. Doc! Doc! Hello and welcome to my YouTube channel. I am Espoir David, and today I want to play a game called Metanoia. I've been stuck in this place for a few weeks now. This guy, Dr. Rose, has been working with me after I was attacked heading home. I don't remember it very clearly, but what I can remember is a sharp pain in my neck, everything going dark, and waking up in the hospital. I've been having severe anxiety lately, and it's gotten to the point where I've blacked out a few times. I guess the last straw was when the police found me about to jump off of a building after one of those blackouts. After a 72-hour hold, I ended up in this fancy schmancy residential treatment facility. Dr. Rose is nice, and his English accent is nice to listen to, but sometimes it feels like he watches me for longer than necessary. Uh-oh. I feel like I'm being observed under a microscope when he's around. Maybe it's just because of how vivid his eyes are. Ooh. Or maybe he's just unsettling. That's a sick tie. Roses are my favorite. It's good to see you again. I'm pleased that you've been making an effort to arrive on time to your appointments. I really appreciate it. Are you still dealing with the nightmares? Yeah. Why don't you tell me about them then? It's the same as always. I try to leave here, and I always wind up back in my room. Although sometimes it feels like I'm paralyzed and being stared at. It's freaky, to be honest. Yeah, that does sound pretty freaky. I'm spooked by sleep paralysis too. Heh, nice to know I'm not the only one with a sleep paralysis demon. That's the reason why I can't take too much diphenhydramine. What is diphenhydramine? Oh, that's what it is. Benadryl. I owe the Hat Man money, and I don't want to see him. I do like it when Rose is a little goofier with me. Makes him feel less off-putting. Are there any details that stand out to you aside from your sleep paralysis demon? Roses, I guess. The walls are covered in them. The doors are blocked by huge patches of them. Stuff like that. Oh, then, must be something I designed, with my love of Utana and all that. Also, now that I realize it, there's a bunch of roses all around us right now. I hope that doesn't say anything about me. It probably does, you weirdo. I think he's kinda cute. I want to hang out with Dr. Rose. I love roses. I suppose the question now becomes, what compels you to try to leave here? I want out. I'm sick of feeling crazy. You aren't crazy. But being here makes me feel crazy. Crazy? I was crazy once. They put me in a room with roses, and roses make me crazy. Crazy? I was crazy once. They put me in a room with roses, and roses make me crazy. Crazy? I was crazy once. They put me in a room full of roses.
Get on with it. Yes, get on with
it! You aren't, I assure you. You've been having trouble coping with life outside these walls, and after your attack, how could you not? Anyone in your position would be struggling to process what happened. That does not make you crazy. If I'm not crazy, then why can't I leave? We just want to keep you under observation for a bit longer, love. Can I be honest? You've been living in my head rent-free for the last couple of weeks, and it's driving me nuts. No, that's gonna be me after this game. The food here sucks. I'm sorry to hear that. I'll see what I can do about making sure you can have something your stomach can handle. This really is for your safety, I just want to help you. You say that like a few gaps in my memory are going to incapacitate me completely. It's not that. It's the blackouts that have me worried for you. I can handle them. I don't think you're gonna handle a full-on blackout. Can you? You tried to bite one of the nurses the other day, you know. That's generally not behavior that flies outside of here. Are you saying it flies in here? It doesn't fly in here either. You were sedated afterward, remember? How could I forget? Nurse Kelly still won't come near me. I have no memory of such an event. Cheeky. Whilst that is charming, it doesn't address the real problem. That said, your sharp wit does make your company quite enjoyable. What? Oh, okay, he blushed really fast. Oh, Doc, we can... Maybe I'm reading too much into it, but this is kind of freaking me out. I just mean that you're fun to talk to. You are vivacious, which is a good thing. You can't just hold me hostage in this psych ward because you like me. Isn't that what they do already? What are you on about? You're not being held hostage, love. As I've explained, you're under observation. It's only until we can be certain you aren't a danger to yourself and others. Then, what was with that comment? You're agitated. I apologize. No crap, I'm agitated. I'm sorry. I shouldn't have said any of that. It was very unprofessional. Forget it. Let's just get this appointment over with so I can leave. Again, with the leaving. I've told you, you aren't yet ready to be discharged. I just want to go back to my room. This conversation has left a weird taste in my mouth. Fine. I want you to take this medication first, though. You've been very stressed today, and these should help you relax. I swallowed the meds he handed me. Anything to get back to my room faster. I really do apologize for upsetting you. That wasn't my intention at all. It would be weird if you did mean to. Isn't your job to do the literal opposite? Fair enough. That said, it's more like I help you come up with coping methods to handle your trauma. Since I'm playing two roles as both your psychiatrist and therapist here, that means I'm trying to help through a combination of medication and
dialectical
behavior therapy. Which is what these meetings are about, right? Correct. I really am sorry for snapping like that. Oh, I know, love. Don't worry. I'm tougher than I look. No, I'm done. If you say so, may I go back to my room now? Of course. Let me escort you. I go to stand up, but everything suddenly feels really off. Did everything taste blue for a second? Uh-oh. Oh no. I forgot to mention, love, those meds will make you feel a bit woozy. Wait, hold on. Oh dear, are you quite alright? I need to get away from him. My legs feel like pudding. Here, let me. Oh no! I'll take care of you. I am your doctor, after all. It took quite a bit of work to bring you here, you know. I had to figure out just the right dosage for you, just from what I could remember from you in that coffee shop. What is this freak saying? Is he... Oh, don't you worry. You won't remember any of this ugliness. Soon it'll be nothing more than a bad dream that you can tell me all about. And I'll be there to patiently listen to you and soothe those anxieties away. Let go. It's a shame, though, really. I would love to tell you about how you captivated me from the start. Perhaps another time, when you're more receptive. Fluff, I can't keep my eyes open. Just close your eyes and let me handle everything from now on. Those nightmares of yours will become the sweetest dreams of me soon enough. I promise. Bad end. No salvation in the truth. Okay. I'm sorry. I shouldn't have said any of that. It was unprofessional. You're right. You shouldn't have. With all that being said, it's clear that you aren't ready for discharging yet. What are you playing at? I just want to be sure that you're safe and stable before we let you leave. I am safe. I am stable. You just became agitated very suddenly. Is that really the behavior of someone who's genuinely stable? I sense some gaslighting here, friend. I guess it isn't. Talk me through what you're feeling right now. Look, it just came off as you holding me here because you like me. It made me feel anxious. I'm sorry. I thought you might appreciate me being more candid with you. Look, I think it caught me off guard. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to get snippy with you. I get it, but I do feel this proves my point. You might be right. I need to chill out. Or maybe the gas lights are getting low. I'm sorry. Being here is more stressful than you'd think. I appreciate the honesty. I do understand an unfamiliar environment can be stressful. Since we're being so very honest with one another, I suppose I may as well tell you. The truth is, I really don't have any plans for letting you leave me. Oh no! Oh no! Doc! Doc! I mean, not that I mind much, actually. Don't worry. I'll make sure we can be together, love. I'll smuggle you out if I have to. I'm sure you'll come to love me just as much as I love you, won't you? He's making me nod my head. This fluffing freak? We have all the time in the world. As long as you're here, we can keep trying. Let's get you back to your room. We can continue our chat tomorrow. And the day after, if need be. As many days as it takes for you to fall into my arms and stay there. Sweet dreams, my love. Bad end. Fractured daydream. I highly doubt any of these will be a very good end. Doc! The meds you put me on make me want to throw up. I'm sorry to hear that. I'll see what I can do about making sure you can have something your stomach can handle. This really is for your safety, you know. I just want to help you. You've been living in my head rent-free for the last couple of weeks and it's driving me nuts. What? I know it's weird, but I needed to get it off my chest. Wait, are you saying you like me? I'm gonna save that for the end, but no, I'm just saying that I keep hearing you in my head, not that I have a huge crush on you, Doc. Oh, heavens, I misheard that one. Yeah, a bit. My apologies, love. Is there anything I can do to help alleviate some of that? I realize that if I'm the source of the stress, that may be complicated, but... I mean, it's not like there's another psychiatrist here who can treat me, right? Well, there are other psychiatrists, but I need to see about switching with them. We try to avoid doing that, as we want to foster a sense of stability for our patients. Makes sense. Man, you are really good at gaslighting, Doc. Aside from that, is there anything I can do for you? Doc. Doc Rose. My confession was true. I'm madly in love with you. Yeah, I think I am. Oh. I don't know if it's a crush or just weird projections of feelings onto you. It's not uncommon for patients to develop feelings for their doctors and nurses. I know. I've heard of Florence Nightingale. I haven't. I am uncultured. Maybe that's why I feel so crazy here. It's not crazy to experience feelings of attraction to someone. But you're always on my mind. Infatuation is like that, but it doesn't make you crazy. It just makes you human. I'm sorry. I should have brought it up. It's quite alright. I'm not in the business of judging others. I hope this doesn't make things awkward. Even if it did, it's important to be able to move beyond a bit of awkwardness. Yeah, but I don't want you to think I'm weird. Who catches feelings for their psychiatrist in grippy sock jail? Grippy sock jail? That's a good one. It makes sense, though. I can't leave, and I have more grippy socks than I know what to do with now. You do get to keep those when you go home, you know. Oh goody, my sock drawer runneth over. Honestly, your sense of humor really is something. If I don't crack jokes at my own expense, the universe will do it for me. Oh, I suppose there is some truth to that, although it does smack of grim resignation. Is it grim resignation or acceptance of my life being a disaster? I wouldn't call your life a disaster. You've had a rough patch, but you're tough, Espoir. Give yourself some grace. I suppose it's hard to see how my life isn't a disaster, given everything that's happened to me recently, you know? That's why you have people in your life who can look at it objectively and steer you on the right path. You mean, I have you? You have people who love you and care about you. Don't be so quick to discount them. The truth is, I haven't told them about what happened. I don't want to burden them. The people who cherish you will not find it to be a burden. But what if they do? What if it's too much for them? What if... Go on, it's alright. What if I'm too much? I can empathize with that feeling. It's important to take a moment to ask yourself if what you're feeling is the result of a distorted perception, though. I mean, it's my emotional damage. I shouldn't make it their problem. We aren't meant to bear such things alone. A burden shared is a burden halved, or so the saying goes. I'm scared. What scares you? These days, everything. What's really scaring you, love? Being alone. I know I sound like a fluffing child, but the fear of being abandoned or alone is completely understandable. It's not childish at all. Maybe this is why I like you. You listen. You don't make me feel like I'm wrong for feeling one way or another. That's what I'm here for, love. Can we just pretend this conversation didn't happen? We cannot. It is important to take accountability for the things we say. There isn't a way to delete messages outside of messenger apps, you know. I know. I just don't want you to look at me differently. Love, nothing is going to change how I see you. Really? You're radiant. Anyone can see it. Dr. Rose? Can you take me back to my room? I need to process these emotions. Certainly. Before we conclude, would you please take this? Huh? It's a medication that should help keep you calm throughout the day. The hope is that it will help you with your anxiety. It might make you feel a bit dizzy for a while, but if it gets particularly bad, let me know immediately. Easy enough. I take the pill he hands me and swallow it without a second thought. Without any water? When you say dizzy, how dizzy are we talking? Well, it varies, but the worst reaction I've seen has been fainting spells here and there. Oh, hooray. Now we can add concussions to my list of things that are wrong with me. Hey now, fainting spells aren't a guarantee. Although, I feel I should warn you, it may affect your memory a bit, and you may feel disoriented. If you start having problems with it, please let me know right away, okay? Sounds fair. I'll give him credit. He's a perfect gentleman the entire time that he walks me to my room. Alright, here we are, safe and sound. Thanks. Those meds kicking in? I think so. I'm gonna lay down. Of course. I'll have someone wake you up when it's time for dinner, alright? I can't keep my eyes open. As soon as my head makes contact with my soft pillow, I'm already almost asleep. Sweet dreams, love. I'll see you soon. Neutral end. Hollow. Aww. Well, let's see about that infatuation. What if it's more than infatuation? Are you serious? I am. What am I to do with you? Really, you ought to be more judicious when you make confessions like these. What do you mean? You can't just go around telling every psychiatrist that you're in love with them. I don't tell every psychiatrist that. I've only told you. Then do you plan to take responsibility? Yes! I beg your pardon? I'll have you begging for more than that if you're serious. Oh no! Whoa! Slow down, Doc. Alistair. Huh? That's my name. My first name, I mean. Alistair. I like it. Your name is Alistair Rose? That sounds beautiful. I could get used to hearing you use my name like that. But isn't there, like, an ethical worry? I'd rather not think about ethics, if I'm being honest with you. You're not the only one who's found themselves drawn to someone they shouldn't be. It's not nice to make fun of people like that, Alistair. I'm not making fun, Espoir. I'm quite serious. Are you not worried about the power imbalance? You're always free to say no to anything that happens between us. Am I? I would only ask that you stay by my side. How can I do that when I'm stuck here, though? Rest assured, my love, I have ways of whisking you away from here. And how can we stay together after that? This could completely trash your career. It's very sweet of you to worry, but you don't need to. I can take care of everything. Wait, what? I've loved you from the moment I first laid eyes on you. And to think that you feel the same way about me, it's all I could have ever hoped. Oh, precious. I mean, cut down on the gaslighting a little bit, and I don't mind. What are you saying? Paperwork is so easy to falsify after all. Alistair, you're starting to freak me out. Sorry about that, love. I just mean to say that I'll find a way. You're worth it, after all. Hey, you can't just say stuff like that and expect me to be normal about it. Who said I expect you to be normal? I love you exactly as you are, Espoir. You promise? You won't just leave me alone once I'm out of here? I promise. I would never abandon you like that. Others might, but not me. You swear it? I swear it. If it isn't too presumptuous, may I kiss you? Kissy! What if I say no? I understand. You sure? 'Cause I don't think you understand. I told you, Espoir, you can always say no to anything we do together. I don't mind waiting for you to be ready to take that step, as long as you're comfortable. True to his word, he doesn't pressure me. Gaslighting aside, Doc Rose is a good guy. Aside from, falsifying papers and keeping me here against my will and giving me bogus medicine, probably. Really, you have no idea how happy I am. It's a bit jarring. What is love? Just having these feelings actually reciprocated. In my defense, you're not only ridiculously attractive, but you're also charming and engaging. Are you sure you're talking about me, Alistair? Only you could captivate me like this. So, does this mean I get to go home? I do want to keep an eye on you for just a bit longer. Can you hold out until your medications have stabilized? I suppose. It won't be too much longer, love. Don't worry. And in the meantime, perhaps you can start coming up with some ideas for a proper first date. Oh, Alistair Rose is by far the strangest man I've ever met. I know on some level that this isn't right, but I'm past the point of caring. If this unstable doctor wants to love me, then I'll let him. Good? And a caged bird lured with promises of freedom. I mean, he seems like a pretty good guy, and he's a doctor. Bring home a doctor to your mother. Now about that kiss. To my surprise, he really does lean in to kiss me. It's tender and sweet, but I can taste the desperation on his tongue. Part of me wonders how long he's wanted this. His lips are softer than I thought they'd be, and I didn't expect him to be so prone to nipping. There's a voice in my head telling me that says this isn't how things should be, but the longer our lips are pressed together, the less I care. Leave it all to me, love. I'll take care of you. To my annoyance, he pulls away briefly to whisper reassurances in my ear, but he's quick to get back to kissing me, like a man dying of thirst. Oh. He promises me the moon, and I believe him. Maybe I am crazy, but it's a lovely kind of insanity, so I can accept it. Good? And secrets sealed with a kiss. I call that a good end. I like that end. I mean, as long as we're both consenting adults. Even though he's a little bit gaslighty and crazy, I think it's okay. It's fine. Just getting smuggled out of the hospital by a crazy doctor who may or may not have orchestrated your reason for being there. He's just a little insane. He's still good. Well, there will be a link in the description to this game if you would like to follow the developer for any more development. But anyway, thank you so much for hanging out with me. Take care of yourself, have a great night, and remember, there is always hope.